future of Washington, D.C. could be determined by district maps here in North Carolina.
Republican lawmakers here in North Carolina are looking to redraw that map to allow more power in our nation's capital. Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes is here with us. Khalif, we've got two new map proposals. What can we learn from them?
What I can tell you is these maps, if we're talking about maps, we're talking about North Carolina, obviously. The party that's in power, the Republican Party right now, feels emboldened to draw maps in any way they wish because they have the support and the endorsement, I should say, of the North Carolina Supreme Court, recently ruling that the judges should not look or address these types of maps and it should be left to the legislatures. So now they're drawing these maps. Our split in our state right now is 7-7. When I looked at the maps yesterday, the ones that are proposed and are actually on the books now, it looks like it's probably 4 potential seats that can shift from Democratic to Republican, which would be a major shift in Washington. I mean, because right now, there's only a 4 to 5 seat strength on the Republican side. If we added 4 seats just from North Carolina, I mean, that would be a major shift to our national politics for sure. Specifically here on the local level, a couple changes in the Mecklenburg County area connected to Jeff Jackson's district. He's in the 14th district. And so part of that portion has been kind of carved out a little bit more in the southern portion of our county, which would primarily lean more Republican, boosting an opportunity for a Republican to come in there and take that seat from him.
Well, regardless of who's in control of the Supreme Court, we do know there's going to be a challenge to this, right, Khalif?
Well, and that's part of the plan. I mean, one of the things that the Republican Party has done a great job of is planning out these maneuvers in terms of the politics of doing the day-to-day work of the people, but also ensuring that their party stays in power. They'll say on its face that this is a way to ensure that the people have a better opportunity to get support in connection with their supporters. But what I can say, looking at these maps, it ensures that they can stay in power for a lot longer. Having the courts support your maps on the local level, on the state level, at least makes litigation a lot longer. And so if a person wants to challenge it, yeah, they can challenge it to our courts, but our courts have already said we're not going to address it. So now your challenge will have to go to the Supreme Court, which will take a lot longer. The Supreme Court will first have to say, yes, we'll entertain this conversation. We'll make sure that we want to hear this, and obviously they will. They're looking at maps in Virginia. They're looking at maps in Alabama. They're looking at maps across Ohio. The country has an issue right now with drawing maps that disenfranchise and take voices away from other individuals. And so someone will at one point challenge it. And that will be the argument that the Democrats are making, that they are disenfranchising folks. The Republicans say these maps are drawn with race not contemplated, that these are just based on the numbers. The census came out. We have an opportunity to draw maps. Let's fix the problems that we had in our old maps. So both sides will make their arguments, and the courts ultimately will have to make a decision. It just won't be our courts. It will be courts on the highest level.
And how soon could we expect some of those lawsuits? I mean, the committee hearings are happening today with final votes.
I'd assume a challenge will happen instantly. Someone will challenge these maps. Do I think that challenge will ultimately prevail on the state level? I don't. And so I think they'll push this as fast as they can. Anyone that's an advocacy group for disenfranchised voters, for African Americans, for any black or brown group that's felt like these maps have already disenfranchised them with this 7-7 split, will be outraged now when they feel like there's a potential for 4 seats to be moved away. And so I see a challenge coming quickly. Once that challenge comes, how fast it moves through the legal process, that's up to someone other than me to determine, and that could take a long time.